Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealer. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by GMC. We are professional grade.
It's a battle between first-place teams at Target Field in Minneapolis tonight. The Rangers and the Twins open a 3-game series. The Twins trying to bounce back from an extra-inning loss here at home last night. With Tim Laudner, I'm Anthony LaPanta. Josh Hamilton is the man you must control if you're going to have success against this Ranger lineup. He's compiling remarkable numbers, Tim, this year. Comes into tonight's game hitting .361 with 31 home runs. Since the All-Star break, he's a nearly 400 hitter.
Anthony, that's just hard to believe that somebody can be that good. He's got all the tools. I talked to Ron Washington before the game. He said that this guy is an absolute beast. When you compare him to Ted Williams, Norm Cash, Mickey Mantle, that's pretty good company right there. So he's, like I said, Ron Washington said he's a beast. Those numbers certainly prove it.
Those the only other 3 in American League history who have hit at least 30 home runs and hit at least .350. Minnesota had to play 13 innings last night. They had to do it on a night where their starting pitcher came out after just 2. It forced Ron Gardenhire to use 2 starting pitchers in relief. It forced them to go to AAA looking for help. Matt Fox, Rob Delaney, Alex Burnett, all recalled by the Twins today. Matt Fox will get the start.
You know, he gets to prove, as others that came before him, what he has and the reason why he should be in the big leagues. I hope he has a lot of fun, relaxes, and goes out and pitches like he's capable. Have a good night tonight.
We're just getting started with a weekend paying tribute to the 50 greatest Twins and 50 seasons of baseball in Minnesota. The Rangers and Twins open a 3-game series. First pitch is next.
Minnesota Twins, the Upper Midwest quickly embraced a new set of heroes.
400 Major League homer for Harvey.
In the 50 years since, for the generations that followed, the faces changed, and the venues did too. There were Frosty Malts, Homer Hankies, and now the splendor of Target Field. And through it all, men who played the game found a special place in Twins territory.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Individually, they were Hall of Famers and MVPs, batting champions, and homegrown stars who lit up the hometown stage. Collectively, they formed an elite group, and their achievements are celebrated this weekend as we honor the 50 greatest Minnesota Twins. And almost as if on cue, a cloudy day has turned into a cool but clear Friday night in what should be a very special weekend. It already has become a special weekend with Bert Blyleven joining me up here in the booth. Congratulations being named one of the 50 greatest Twins, first of all, but it was fun as a fan seeing all that talent down there on the field.
I tell you, it was unbelievable, Dick, and great job yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Great job of emceeing it. Great job of Harmon Killebrew's tribute. Just to see everybody out there was fantastic. And, you know, Roy and I talked about it before in the pregame, that how nice it was to just kind of see everybody, because everybody scatters once in a while.
Menards batting order for the Rangers. Elvis Andrus leading off. Michael Young hitting second. David Murphy, followed by Josh Hamilton, then Nelson Cruz, Ian Kinsler, Mitch Moreland, Benji Molina, and Julio Bourbon.
And the Chief Scouter report on Matt Fox, just coming up from Rochester, maybe about 3 hours ago, making his Major League debut. This is a day to remember for this young man, and one level at a time. He signed about 7 years ago. He started in rookie ball, missed all of 2005 because of shoulder surgery, and then went back to rookie ball, single A, double A, triple A, and here he is making his first Major League start.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Delman Young in left, and Art Span in center, Repko in right. The infielders, Valencia, Hardy, Hudson, and Kadire around the infield, and Maurer behind the plate. So you mean to tell me it's a coincidence that as the Twins this weekend are honoring their arrival in Minnesota in 1961, that Matt Fox is wearing number 61?
Isn't that something? And good luck to you, Matt Fox. Matt Fox told me, I met him earlier this afternoon, he told me that he's got a 2 and 4 seam fastball, meaning a straight fastball, then a sinking fastball. He likes his curveball over his slider and occasional changeup.
Well, Orlando Hudson back in the lineup too, and Matt Fox getting a dose of the O-Dog before he throws his first Major League pitch. And, of course, 24 hours ago, he had no idea that he would be here. The circumstances leading to his arrival here, a bit extreme to be sure. But now all that matters is how he does here tonight. And his first pitch, a fastball, and strike one. Elvis Andrus, outstanding young shortstop for the Texas Rangers. He's one of the key reasons why the Rangers are where they are. And Fox misses inside, 1-1.
Yeah, Fox, 27 years old, originally signed by the Twins back in 2004 out of the University of Central Florida.
And he pulls a string, gets a foul off the end of the bat, 1-2. Twins left scrambling after a 13-inning loss last night, and the result of the scrambling, Fox jumping to the Major League level on 3 days rest, making his first Major League start.
Yeah, 6 wins, 9 losses down in Rochester in 23 starts, 35 appearances. And that's kind of what his career has been. He's made a lot of starts in the minor leagues, but also a lot of relief appearances.
Two and two to Andrus, Michael Young and David Murphy to follow. Fouled into the seats. It's been so long ago, but the circumstances were different, but you were called up rather abruptly to make your first Major League start, so you can relate to what Fox is going through.
Yeah, the difference is I had about 3 or 4 or 5 days to kind of get my feet on the ground. He just landed here about 3-4 hours ago. So, this is very quick.
Bouncer to short. Hardy. The Kadire, one away. I wonder what it's like for the Hardys, the Kadires, and Spans, Youngs, and Bauer catching him. I would think the tendency would be, especially after a game last night when things were a little, not lackadaisical. They're ugly. It was ugly. But that you might really tighten things up. This kid's on the mound, and that's going to get your attention if you're out in the field.
Well, you hope so. I mean, what happened last night doesn't happen too often for the Minnesota Twins, and actually for the Detroit Tigers. It wasn't just the Twins that played ugly baseball. It was both teams.
Here's Michael Young. And a foul back, 1-1.
I've always said, when you come up to the big leagues like Fox is here tonight, if you can make good quality pitches, the advantage is always to the pitcher because the Texas Rangers don't know nothing about him. He was not on the 40-man roster. He was in the minor league, so there's not a lot of video and information about Matt Fox. And there's a good pitch right there, hitting his spot down and away.
1-2. Check to swing. 2-2. Twins earlier this year swept the Rangers here in a 3-game series. More recently in Texas, lost 3 out of 4 to the Rangers. And the Rangers, with a mushrooming lead in the American League West, it's right now a club record tying 10-game lead. Another bouncer to short. Head high hop for Hardy. 2 down. Twins baseball brought to you tonight in Sony High Definition. American League West, of course, just a 4-team division, and the Rangers the only team in the division above 500. Angels have had a lot of injuries and a very disappointing year. And the Rangers have done a lot of things right. They've tightened up their pitching staff, tightened up their defense. There's a fly to deep center. Span going back at the wall, leaps, makes the catch! Span with a great catch to wrap up Matt Fox's first major league inning. Menards batting order, and how many times you see a guy makes a nice catch and he leads off the next inning?
About 1 every 9 times.
Here's the Menards batting order with Denard, Span leading off, Orlando Hudson, Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire, Delman Young, Jim Thome, Danny Valencia having a great homestand, Jason Repko, and J.J. Hardy, all facing left-hander Derek Holland.
Yeah, Holland making his 6th start of the year, his 8th appearance. And let's take a look at the Dodge Ram scouting report on Derek Holland. Left-hander with 2 wins, 2 losses, an ERA at 4.76. His 3rd stint with the Rangers this year. He got called up in late August. He spent some time on a disabled list with some shoulder inflammation, which has kind of slowed down his process. He had a pretty good year last year for the Rangers, hard-throwing left-hander, and he's replacing Rich Harden in the rotation. Rich Harden currently moved to the bullpen.
Yeah, Harden almost threw a no-hitter against the Twins in Texas a week and a half ago. 1-1 to Span. And a called strike, 1-2. Twins starting the night with a 3.5 game lead in the division. The White Sox were tropical stormed out at Fenway Park. Earl moving up the coast. Been raining in Boston. And so they did not have a chance to play tonight. They will play a doubleheader tomorrow. 2-2.
Twins saw Holland earlier this year, but only for 1 inning. That was when he basically hurt his left shoulder. Twins were able to score 3 runs off of him in that start here in late May.
That's over the bag and down the line. Span will round first. Murphy picking it up, firing to second. Span is safe at second with a leadoff double.
David Murphy, who was shading Span down that left field line anyway, made a great play, hustled to get over there. But Span, very nice slide at second base. See the inside-out swing of Span. That hugs that third baseline. But there's David Murphy. He gets over there quickly. Good strong throw. A little bit on the outfield side, and that allows Span to kind of slide on the infield side and just get that foot on the bag. Kinsler just a little tardy, we hope.
Had a lot of poor calls at second base last night, and looked like Kinsler might have gotten the tag on Span right before he touched the bag. Here's Hudson. Strike on the outside corner. Hudson back in the lineup. He's had an ankle issue for about a week. Took him out of the lineup for a couple of days.
Oh, he knows what his job is right here. Try to get Span over to third base. Hudson does have 4 sacrifices on the year.
And he chops it to the right side.
Good job.
Hudson retired Span to third, 1 away. Northland Ford defense for the Rangers, and with their improved pitching has come improved defense. Murphy in left, Bourbon in center, Nelson Cruz in right field. Young and Andrews, Kinsler and Moreland, and Benji Molina behind the plate.
Yeah, talking to Ron Washington, and still one area they'd like to improve on even a little bit better. 93 errors, and you see the high fives for Orlando Hudson. There's Ron Washington, former Twin, now the manager of the Texas Rangers in his 4th season as skipper.
And Joe Mauer takes ball 1. Mauer answering the bell today after catching 13 long innings last night.
Well, we talked about it before in last night's ball game. Joe got one underneath in the Adams apple area, foul ball, and then he got one off the right shoulder.
1-0. And now 2-0.
Well, Holland has worked only 28 1/3 innings. He does have 26 strikeouts, but 13 walks. This is his 6th start this year, his 8th appearance.
And that call to strike, Mauer doesn't necessarily agree. In fact, I'll bet you he disagrees with that call. I'll bet you Fox Tracks will back him up.
Well, you can see the left-hander, Holland. He throws a little bit across his body, and that ball only about 4 or 5 inches outside. Bob Davidson behind the plate.
And now 3-1. with bases open throughout this series. It'll be interesting to see how aggressively the Rangers pitch to Mauer. Michael Kadire given the task of hitting behind him. Jason Kubel still a day or two away from rejoining the lineup. 3-1. Off the pitcher. Span's going to score. Mauer is retired, and a one-hopper back to the pitcher scores the first run of the game.
And Mauer picking up his 70th RBI of the ball game. Again, once you let that ball go, you become an infielder. Good jump right there by Denard Span. Mauer hitting it back sharply, and the ball deflecting off of Holland. And he has only one play, and the Twins take a 1-0 lead.
That'll bring up Michael Kadire. Holland particularly tough on left-handers, giving up just a 120 batting average. Right-handers hitting just under 300 against him. Span, the lefty, got a double. Now he's in with the first run of the game, and here comes Kadire with the bases empty. One strike. And that tickles the outside corner. 0-2. And Kadire goes over the first base bag. And he'll dig for second, and he's in with a double. Well, the left-hander hits it down the left field line, and the right-handed hitter hits it down the right field line.
That's using all the angles of the field right there. Unbelievable. Inside-out swing by Kadire. His 33rd double of the year. High fastball. Kadire getting good wood on it, and it goes right down that first base line. Look at right over the bag. Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire, watching that ball go right to his by the bottom of his feet. And Kadire, a 2-out double.
That'll bring up Delman Young. And a balk is called by Bob Davidson. And Kadire will go to third.
First balk of the year off the young 23-year-old Derek Holland, called off him.
And Young with a bouncer to the right side. Kinsler throws him out. The Twins get a couple of doubles and the game's first run.
Robbie and Smikowski, joined by Clark Griffith, son of Calvin Griffith, who had a statue revealed tonight on Target Plaza in his honor. Clark, how proud are you and the rest of the Griffith family to see that statue out there on Target Plaza?
It's very nice to have the statue there, and I know Calvin would be very pleased with that, and so are his grandson, who's sitting behind us, and granddaughter, who helped unveil it. It's really a tribute, though, to Twins fans of all ages for 50 years. It took Calvin to bring the Twins here, and it took the Pohlads to perfect it. So it's really been a team effort.
When you look at the Griffith family, their love of baseball, I think we all know that. How proud would your father be of Target Field?
Well, he'd like it very much. He'd be mainly proud of the players playing the game right now because they play the game the way it's designed. Played very well.
All right, Clark. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations on a special day to you and the rest of your family.
Certainly appreciate it, Robbie.
Dick and Bert, what a great, memorable day for the Griffith family.
Certainly was,
Yep.
and appropriately, I thought, here was Mr. Griffith, a businessman, but the statue depicts him holding a baseball, because when you boiled him down to his essence, he was a baseball guy.
He was a shrewd businessman, but he loved the game of baseball.
Outside 1-1 to Josh Hamilton. He'll be followed by Nelson Cruz and Ian Kinsler.
You know, he was adopted by Clark
Griffith.
And, you know, he brought his whole family with him after he took over the Minnesota Twins. Very positive man in the community, gave so much back. He started the Winter Caravan. He
Sure.
started a lot of things that the Twins have still been able to maintain. The Twins Community Fund, give a lot of money back to the community.
And Hamilton continues to hit line drive after line drive. He got a pitch up, drops a base hit into center field. The first hit allowed by Matt Fox.
Well, Hamilton came in hitting .361. And Matt Fox, his first major league base hit allowed to a guy that might win the batting title this year.
Hamilton's going about his business, and Mauer, of course, trying to make it a race. But Hamilton flat out is winning the batting race. He's going out and winning it, because every day you pick up the stats, and his batting average is higher than it was the day before.
Right.
Here's Cruz. Swing and a miss. Now, the Twins haven't had to deal with Cruz much this year. He's been hurt for both series. He has just one at bat against the Twins this season.
Yeah, he spent 3 stints on a disabled list with hamstring problems. His right hamstring and his left hamstring. Just activated about a week ago off the disabled list.
High fastball, swing and a miss, 0-2. Fox got through the first inning, a couple of ground ball outs and a deep fly to the deepest part of the park. Probably pretty fond of Target Field right now. David Murphy hit it about 410 feet from home plate, but Span caught it. 2 strikes to Nelson Cruz. Fastball away.
I think tonight, too, Dick, what you're not going to see, you talked about the defensive players behind him. You're not going to see Fox shake off Joe Mauer too often. He's going to, I'm sure Rick Anderson said, hey, whatever Joe's put down, as long as you feel comfortable with it, go with it.
Line to right field, and Repko will play it on a hop. Hamilton checks in at second base. So the second inning, a pair of singles and a threat for the Rangers with nobody out. Lincoln Mercury key stat. Rangers have fattened up against teams that are struggling. One thing they would like to take care of, they did not win here earlier this year. They have not won in New York, nor have they won in St. Petersburg. So the places where they almost certainly are going to go for the playoffs, the 3 destinations, probable destinations at this point, they haven't won on the road there yet. Here's Ian Kinsler. He was on the disabled list when the Twins were in Texas a couple weeks ago. And there's a pitch up, ball 1.
Yeah, Kinsler on the disabled list with a left groin strain. Guy has an uppercut swing. He's got tremendous power. 31 home runs last year.
Fox is going to try to get another ground ball to short here. And he leaves another pitch up, 2-0. 22 pitches, 13 strikes for Fox. (3-0). Cloudy, windy, and cool all day long, and now the clouds have lifted pretty much. Wind has calmed down a little bit. And it's September 3rd, and it is beginning to feel a little bit more like early October. 3-0.
Well, Kinsler, type of hitter that might be swinging if it's a pitch to his liking. Instead, he takes a strike. It's good hitting ball club, these Texas Rangers. Second in the American League behind the Twins. As a ball club hitting .275, the Twins hitting .278.
Foul back, 3-2. Twins have given Fox an early run to work with. Love to pitch with a lead out there for a few innings, but he's got a situation here in the second. Three and two to Ian Kinsler. Popped up a foul ball that'll reach the seats. Kinsler chews off a bit of tape from the knob of his bat. Twins fans bundled up a little bit here on this cool Friday evening.
Be a good spot to get his first major league strikeout.
Another 3-2 to Kinsler. And another foul back.
Fox, I mentioned, 27 years old, born December 4th, 1982, out of Columbus, Ohio.
And Fox will try again on 3-2. Hit hard and foul.
Hamilton at second, Cruz at first.
And another foul. And Fox fell behind 3-0. He got a couple of strikes on Kinsler, and Fox is at least still throwing it over the plate, but Kinsler's wasting them all.
Well, again, Kinsler with that little bit of uppercut swing, and he's fouling a lot of pitches off, making them work.
Long look in by Fox. Now he's ready for another 3-2 pitch. Fly ball right center field. Repko with the catch. Hamilton tagging. Repko's throw is going to come through. Hamilton advances. Strong throw by Repko. We saw him throw a runner out at the plate last night, and he's got a good arm.
Yeah, in the fourth inning, Alex Avila, remember, he tried to score on Repko's arm. Repko getting behind the ball. Good strong throw. Great accuracy right there, but Hamilton slides in safely.
You can visit the official online shop of the Minnesota Twins at twinsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the twinsbaseball.com shop, and accept no substitutes. Here's Mitch Moreland with first and third and one away. Moreland, the latest Texas first baseman. They've run through a lot of them trying to find somebody who can anchor the position, and it looks as if Moreland's going to get the job here for the balance of this year.
Yeah, it was Justin Smoke before he got traded to the Seattle Mariners in that Cliff Lee trade. And then Chris Davis, that just didn't pan out. He's down in AAA. So Moreland getting an opportunity.
Well, they ran Hank Blaylock over there for a couple of years, converted third baseman. It just seems like they've had a hard time getting somebody to win the job. One strike to Moreland. And Fox misses 1-1.
Yeah, in Texas we saw Moreland, I think, 3 of the 4 days playing first base, and then he played right field one game. So pretty versatile as far as being able to play a couple positions. Moreland just 24 years old, only his 4th season in the organization of the Rangers.
2-1. Fox handling things okay so far here. 33 pitches, 21 strikes. Trying to pitch around a pair of singles to start the 2nd inning. Two and one. A nice looking breaking ball under the swing of the left-handed hitter.
Let's take a look at this pitch right here. That's the slider, down and in. Little cutter.
Two and two. Sliced foul and out of play. Mentioned the White Sox Boston game scheduled for tonight was postponed till tomorrow. The Yankees moved their start time up. Try to get the game in before the tropical storm moved up the coast. And the Yankees beat Toronto 7-3. No apparent weather issues here this weekend. Should have a good, cool weekend of baseball. Twins play a mid-afternoon game tomorrow, and then a day game on Sunday, and then another day game on Monday in the opening game of the Kansas City series.
Yeah, throw over to first base. You got to keep an eye on Cruz. I know he's been having trouble with the hamstring injuries, but still 15 stolen bases in 19 attempts.
Driven to deep right field. Repko's chasing it. Makes a running catch on the wall. Hamilton tags and scores, but Repko ran it down in the gap for out number 2.
Yeah, we've seen 2 outfielders, Denard Span, make a great catch off the bat of David Murphy to end the first. And here, Jason Repko goes a long way back, full speed, makes a nice catch. You saw him make that nice catch in that Tiger series in left field. Nice running catch there.
See, if that ball was hit in Texas, it had been 60 degrees warmer. And it would have gotten into one of those channels, and it would have been a 3-run home run. Here's Benji Molina.
Yeah, Hamilton tagged up. He scored. It's a 1-1 ball game. Moreland picking up his 12th RBI.
Strike one to the veteran Benji Molina. The Twins getting a run, and I know Kadire hit a double after the run had scored, but Hudson fundamentally doing the right thing, advancing the runner from second to third. The Twins eventually got the run on Mauer's ground ball, and the Rangers had a runner at second. Nobody out. A fly ball deep enough to send Hamilton to third, and another fly ball gets the Rangers their run. 2 strikes here to Molina. And a liner for Hudson to snare. And the inning ends. Well, some well-hit balls in the 2nd inning. The Rangers get one to even it up. Golf Club in Woodbury, Minnesota. 18 holes, par 72, a daily fee facility. Classic public golf course. And Twins used to have a golf tournament there on a regular basis, so we managed to play that course a few times. Well, Matt Fox has survived a couple innings, given up just one run. It's a 1-1 game. Jim Thome starts the bottom of the second for the Twins. And strike one. Thome, Valencia, and Repko to face Derek Holland. Big swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Thome limited to a couple of pinch hitting appearances over the last couple of games. Singled in one, struck out in the other. And he strikes out here, 1 away.
And Holland picking up his first strikeout.
The ceremony before the game today, our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. We'll give it to the Twins for putting together a really nice program. Andy Price in particular did a great job. And the logistics of getting the Cruz, Aguilaras, Gaettis, what have you, here for this weekend. Very nice job, and I know the fans really enjoyed seeing some of their heroes.
Yeah, I'm so happy that, I was part of that. And again, it was great to see everybody.
1-0 to Danny Valencia, who is on a nice roll, picking up hits and bunches again for the Twins, at least in this homestand. One and one. High fly to right center. Nelson Cruz wants it. He's got it, out number 2. And that'll bring up Jason Repko. Twins 20 games over the 500 mark. In ranking the postseason contenders, the Twins open up this series with a 1.5 lead over Texas. And you might be saying, well, they're in different divisions. What possible difference could that make? Well, if the Rangers are in, and it looks like they're going to be, and if the Twins are in, the team of the two with the best overall record would get the wild card out of the East, either New York or Tampa Bay. And in the event the Rangers and Twins each finish with, say, 92 wins, head-to-head competition is the first tiebreaker.
Right.
Repko swings and misses, 2 strikes. And so for a lot of reasons, Ron Gardenhire would like to continue winning series. If the Twins lose 2 out of 3, the Rangers and Twins would be tied in head-to-head competition.
Watch out.
Under Repko's chin, it's 1-2.
Trying to go with that little fastball, but getting away. Molina having to catch it high. And Repko just getting out of the way.
Swing and a miss, and Repko strikes out. A couple of strikeouts in the second for Derek Holland. On to the third, and when we come back to Target Field, we'll have Rodney, Klein, and Carew, one of the 50 greatest Twins. Minnesota Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By Lincoln Mercury. Visit your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or go to experiencelm.com. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Each team with a pair of hits. Each team bunching those two hits together to score a run. The Twins in the first, the Rangers in the second, and Julio Bourbon starts the third for Texas. And Matt Fox delivers outside a ball.
Yeah, I think what the Twins would like out of Matt Fox, if possible, maybe five innings, because he's only pitching on 3 days rest.
Ground ball to second, might have cracked his bat.
That's what he needs right there, some quick outs.
And getting the ball back down on the ground. His first two outs were ground ball outs, and everything's been hit in the air and at times pretty hard. Well, Rod Carew is not going to be with us here in the booth, but very happy to be in Minnesota for another ceremony. You could, looks like you could still play, Bert.
Unbelievable. I mean, Rod, 1977 American League MVP, Rookie of the Year back in '67, 7 batting titles. Unbelievable.
When we had him featured in our pregame yesterday, I threw out there that when we were in Seattle, we talked about Ichiro being a unique player. There isn't anybody who hits like Ichiro, but Rodney developed that too with that flat bat and a style that was later copied by Jose Oquendo and some others, but I don't think people had ever hit like that before, had they?
You know what? And Rod, I know when I came up in 1970, he had been there already, and to watch him hit was incredible. But you got to realize at that time, here's a ground ball to Valencia, good throw over to Kadir for the second out, another quick out for Matt Fox. But the thing about Rod Carew was that I think he could have hit for power. He could have hit more home runs. But his main thing was to get on for Harmon Killebrew and Bob Allison and everybody in the middle. He and Cesar Tovar in 1970. Then you had Tony Oliva hitting third. What a lineup. But Rod's job was to get on, and he did a great job of that.
2 down, and now here's Michael Young. Fox getting some quick outs, and again, both ground ball outs. And I always tell this, whenever I see Rod Carew and Tony Oliva together, it was a different era when players roomed together. They roomed together and combined while with the Twins to win 10 batting championships. 2-0.
You think they talked hitting?
2-0. Matt Fox trying to get Young. Tony, of course, maybe the greatest Twins ambassador, now working the Spanish language radio broadcasts.
I mean, just that's what you're talking about right there. Just the softness in his hands and how strong his hands were. And very good second baseman right there. And then able to do that, lay down the bunt.
He suffered a serious knee injury at second base, became a first baseman. And I know a lot of people felt that he took some great fielding skills with him to first base and could very easily have won a Gold Glove while he was at first base.
I still remember when Mike Hegan, then of the Brewers, went in and very hard into second base. Clean play, but Rod ended up breaking that leg.
3-2 to Young with David Murphy on deck. High pop-up. Short center field. Hudson out. Calling for it. He makes the catch. Good inning. And Fox has his second 1-2-3 inning.
want to come to the ballpark, bring your Circle Me Bert sign, and you get a chance to maybe come up to the booth, spend some time with Dick and I. And how do you do that? Well, you click on to Circle Me Bert on FoxSportsNorth.com. Winning sections each morning prior to each game on FoxSportsNorth.com and KFAN.com will be announced. What section?
J.J. Hardy breaks his bat, grounds out to Michael Young, one away. Twins have 2 hits, both opposite field, over the bag, doubles.
Hardy getting the barrel of the bat out, and Michael Young playing that little hop that we saw come up again right there. Saw that last night. A lot of, you think the defensive infielder was in front of the ball and the ball would just pop up at the last second.
Here's Span. Shuffles up the box, takes strike 1. Span doubled over the third base bag. It was a close play at second base, but he got in there and then ended up scoring on a couple of ground balls. Two.
Well, you kind of see why Holland is tough on left-handers, because he does throw a bit across his body, but boy, he's got great arm extension out front. Does a good job of hitting that corner down and away to left-handed hitters.
Two strikes. Ooh, very close pitch. Holland's had knee issues, the shoulder issue that flared up the last time he was on the mound here.
Take a look at his delivery right here. Does a good job to get to that balance point, and then really jumps out there and extends that left arm.
Oh, you gotta like that follow through, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
1-2 to Span. Oh, bouncer. Holland off the mound makes a nice fielding play. And out number 2. There's going to be a lot of fun events this weekend with the 50 Greatest Twins weekend. And Target Field will be hosting the Legends game beginning at 12:30 on Sunday. Game against Texas will follow afterwards. Many of the greats from 87 and 91 will be back in action. Just a little bit slower.
Kevin Tapani, Frank Viola, enjoying my favorite beer, the Coors Light.
First 10,000 fans will get a Twins fedora, courtesy of AutoTrader.com.
Yeah, those are nice little hats.
1 strike to Hudson, pushed a ground ball to the second baseman Kinsler to get Span to third. Now a bouncer up the line, foul, 2 strikes.
One thing more on Holland that we saw on that slow-mo as far as utilizing his delivery, but it's that pitching rubber. He does a good job of utilizing and driving off the rubber. Their president of their ball club was one of the best at that. Folks out there, young kids especially, that pitching rubber isn't just there to stand on. It's there to put that foot into that one little hole like he does right there and then drive toward home plate.
And a lot of those pitchers that came out of the Mets system, like Nolan Ryan, were considered drop and drive. And I guess to follow up what you're talking about, the drive part really starts with the back leg and the back foot planted into the rubber, right?
Yeah, just getting to that balance point, and then all that weight is shifted to that push-off leg, like that, and then you push toward home and you pick up another strikeout.
He's retired 7 in a row and 3 strikeouts along the way to the 4th in a 1-1 game.
by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Mostly sunny out there, though it is cool. First pitch temperature right around 65 degrees, and we still have those brisk winds out of the northwest.
And I will take that over what we had in Texas any day.
Well, you know what? You know who appreciates this? The Texas Rangers. Because,
sure.
You know, they have to play in that sometimes, 3-team homestands. And that's, we talked about that a little bit in Texas where they were saying that they'd like a week homestand, but those 10-day homestands kind of drain the Rangers after a while.
David Murphy leading off the fourth. That day we were down there, the opening game on that Monday, my red light went on in about the fifth inning, and I don't know how people live down there.
It's called air conditioning.
Oh, man. 1-0. Murphy, Hamilton, Cruz here in the fourth. And now 2-0.
Yeah, Murphy, he ended the first inning, but he got a high fastball, and Denard Span needed every inch of that straightaway center to make a great catch.
And now 3-0. Fox had one earlier 3-ball count. In fact, it was a 3-0 count to Kinsler after Hamilton and Cruz singled. He came back to finally get him on a fly ball to right. And he delivers strike one. All right, great out Fox for me so far as he begins pitching here in the fourth inning.
Well, so far, you can see he's not overpowering. He's a guy that has to hit his spot. So far, so good. Only one run allowed in 3 innings. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to walk that leadoff hitter, especially this lineup that the Rangers can put on the board.
Hamilton will hit next with a man aboard. Our AT&T trivia question: who's the only Twins pitcher to hit a home run in the postseason? Well, I know that one.
Yes, we do.
And he's in town. He's in the house.
Well, we hope to have him up here maybe a little bit later.
Here's Hamilton, single to center his first time up. Came around to score on a fly ball a few at bats later. Ball one. Hamilton's been bothered with some knee issues. He got a synthetic injection in the knee. Try to keep the knee lubricated. Somewhat similar to what Nick Blackburn had done a long time ago, although I know with in Nick's case, they used a chicken extract to kind of recreate some cartilage in the knee. 1-0. Oh, great jump by Murphy, and the pitch fouled to the screen. Well, Twins might got a break there because Murphy got a huge jump from first base.
Yeah, Murphy, good speed. These Rangers, they have 99 stolen bases on the year. Murphy with 11 of those 99. He's been caught only once.
Remember when Hamilton a couple of years ago put on such a show in the home run hitting contest at the All-Star game and then slumped badly in the second half? Well, he is having a very strong second half this year. Down the right field line and hooking into the seats. And Fox ahead of Hamilton, 1-2. Murphy got back. Taking a healthy lead at first. Fox came close to picking him off. Two and two. Hamilton with a comfortable lead in the batting race, but he has never hit higher than 304 in his major league career. So what he's doing this year is out of character for him. Doesn't mean he can't sustain it or even build on it, but he's not a proven mid-300s hitter.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago when he led the American League with 130 RBIs on the year and hit 32 home runs. Last year, that was when he played 156 games back in 2008. Last year, he had 268, but played in only 89 games.
2-2. And a high pop-up. Valencia crossing the line. And he makes the catch. He looked at least twice toward Maurer to see if he was going to be able to get there. And finally made the catch.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe saying, hey, that's yours all the way. That's a third baseman's ball right there. You don't want your catcher to go that far. And Joe kind of looking at Valencia saying, hey, you take it. And he did. Well, the first out, a big out right there.
Big man to be retired here after the leadoff walk, and now here's Nelson Cruz. We know about the Twins' injuries and having to play a couple months now without Justin Morneau, and Hudson's been out, Hardy's been out, Kubel is out now. Well, the Rangers have had to deal with it too. They've had Hamilton, but on a semi-regular basis. Cruz has been out. Kinsler has been out.
Yeah, I think the one guy that's really helped them this year is Vladimir Guerrero.
Yep, not in the lineup tonight.
Right.
One 1-0 to Cruz. Fox trying to pitch around his leadoff walk here in the fourth. Fox has gotten 4 ground ball outs. He'd love to get another one here. See if the Twins can turn a double play. Something both the Twins and Tigers struggled with last night. Nice pickup. Valencia out at second. There's your double play.
What a great play by Valencia. Hudson held his ground, and the Twins teared a huge double play.
Name to short code 234234. Menards Span with his opening double now has been caught by Valencia, who started a nice double play. We'll give you the final tabulations in our postgame show. Here's Joe Mauer to start the bottom of the fourth. And we are very happy to have one of the 50. I'm thrilled. I'm quite happy to have him here. He's one of the 50 greatest Twins. Tom Brunansky with a nice standing ovation here as he was introduced to the throng here at Target Field. Tom, congratulations on A, making the list, and then B, I just thought the Twins put together a wonderful ceremony tonight.
Thank you, and they did. It was first class. It was kind of special to be a part of it, other than watching Bert. It was a very, very exciting time to get to see the guys, and we were talking as we were sitting there, amazing the bullpen we could have had and the starting staff we could have had. Wow. Excluding Bert, of course. I mean, it was pretty fantastic.
Was I a reliever at all? Did I even make the team?
Yeah, you were the assistant coach.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You brought the rosin bag out to the mound.
Hey, somebody has to do that. Now, last time we saw you was in Tampa Bay.
That's
and
correct.
You were working for the Twins in the minor leagues. How were you? Are you happy with the result there?
Loved it. Enjoyed working with the kids. It was a great time, and we've been talking. I'm sure that we're going to get back soon and hopefully get back into the minor leagues with them at some point and work with some more kids.
Good. Nasty pitch right there by Holland. Watch this right here, Tommy. I mean, this young left-hander, Derek Holland, he's got nasty stuff.
That's a tough pitch to handle, that fastball under your hands. It's tough to get to.
One down in the fourth. Michael Kadire, who doubled in the first inning, hit it right over the first base bag, and he takes up and away. Ball one. What was the incentive for you to get back into professional baseball on the coaching level? I mean, you're playing golf, whatever you're doing, having a good time, and what was the drive for you to get back into the game?
I just wanted to impart everything I kind of learned from the times I've played and try to give back to the game. The game's been great to me, and it's afforded me my whole life. And I wanted to give back to the organization and to the kids and try to pass along some of this knowledge. And like I told Jimmy Rance, I have no problem starting off in rookie ball and working with young kids and gradually work my way up to where they see fit.
Count is 2-1 to Michael Kadire, hitting here with one out in the fourth. Dick Bramer, Bert Blyleven, joined by Twin great Tom Bernansky. Here's a drive to center. And Bourbon drifting back a few steps, out number 2.
I can honestly say I asked a lot of people in the organization how you were doing because I surprised the heck out of me. No, they said you did a great job. They really did. And they're very, very happy with your attitude. That was the biggest thing. They really appreciated your hard work and determination.
Well, I think that's something they need to see. If they can see that a guy that's played the game and played in the major leagues wants to go out there with that kind of work ethic and is excited about it, I want them to be excited about it. It's a great game, and I know they don't understand it at this point, the opportunity that they have. But if we can at some point take guys that have had the experience and show them the right way to handle themselves, then at some point they're going to be good big league players.
A 3-up, 3-down fourth, and Holland pitching well. And our thanks to Tom Bernansky. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Go have a beer for me.
I already had one, Bill. Need the first.
The Mountain Dew game summary in a 1-1 game. Matt Fox making his major league debut. His first pitch, a fastball for strike one. Valencia with the defensive highlights so far, starting a double play to get the Twins out of the top of the fourth. And Joe Mauer driving in the run. Driving in Menards Span from third base with a grounder. Ordinarily, my partner does the highlights, but he's being abused by Tom Bernansky.
Yeah, get him out of our booth, would you? My goodness. Why, go home and beat up your kids. He said, Bill, get out of here.
1 strike to Ian Kinsler.
Here, cut off.
Kinsler hit a fly ball to right his first time up, advancing Hamilton from second to third, and another called strike.
You see what I had to put up with for all those years? I never gave it back to him.
All right. And the breaking pitch misses 1 and 2. Kinsler, followed by Moreland and Molina here in the 5th inning. And that's up high, 2 and 2. Rangers have gotten the leadoff man on in 2 of the 4 innings. Leadoff single in the second by Hamilton. He scored, and then Fox pitched around the leadoff walk in the 4th to David Murphy. Snap bat and an easy play for Hudson. 1 away. Got a lot of broken bats.
Would you go? Can't get him out of our booth, Dick.
Hey, you have professed to enjoy breaking bats and that wonderful sound that you say is a wonderful sound. It seems as if, I don't know why it would be, but it seems as if we have more broken bats, shattered bats when the weather gets cooler. Do you find that or not, or is it just my imagination?
You know what? I really don't know, Dick. A lot of guys do. Especially at this ball club. You look at these guys, the Texas Rangers. There's some big men on this ball club, and you can see the handles of that bat right there that Moreland has. A lot of hitters will shave that down. They want all the weight on the end of their bat, so when they do make contact, it's going to break a lot easier.
They want that whip, right? They want the weight at the end and less weight around the handle.
Right.
Nobody swings a thick-handled bat anymore.
No. The Jackie Robinson type model or the Tommy Davis type model that I had growing up are no more.
1-1 to Mitch Moreland. And now 2-1.
And we honored with another guest. Wayne Hadaway's up in the booth.
The 50 greatest this weekend and him? There's some the bat rack. I guess that's the Twins bat rack. 2-1. And a foul back 2-2.
We have Wayne Hadaway. Wayne been in baseball since baseball was invented way back when. But, Wayne Hadaway used to be my trainer back in 1969. And he was a trainer for a lot of the 50 greatest here. And Wayne said, I trained all these guys. I was the trainer. And I said, why everybody got to the big league so quick was because they couldn't stand being around Wayne Hadaway anymore.
Fox getting some ground ball outs. He's gotten a couple of them here in the 5th. Well, he must have done something right. He was your trainer in 1969, and you only lasted 22 years. So he must have done a pretty good job.
A good story, Dick, before we get into that, is that the first time I met Wayne Hadaway, I was in instructional league. I got on the table. I wanted some baby oil on my arm because I was going to pitch, and he proceeded to rub down my left arm, and he said, "Go get him, young man." I said, "But Wayne, I'm right-handed." And he said, "Go get him anyway. You're not going to last that long anyway."
And the famous line, "It's not your fault, it's the scout who signed you."
Yeah. And don't be sending any postcards home because you're going to get there before that card does.
It's that encouragement that you rely on when you're a minor leaguer to get you over the top. Benji Molina with a 1-0 count and 2 gone here in the 5th.
Wayne Hadaway is loved by all, believe me.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Molina hit a line drive to Hudson to end the 2nd inning.
Yeah, Molina coming over from the San Francisco Giants on July 1st. Hit 257 for the Giants, hitting just 214 coming into this ball game for the Rangers.
A foul fly that'll reach the seats, 1-2.
And again, he kind of fits in nicely with this Ranger ball club. He's short, stocky, very strong.
Safe to call him over the years, though, a defensive-oriented catcher, right? A good caller of the game. A strong arm that will shut down a running game.
He's been very durable. 13 years at the major league level. All those Molina men have had good baseball career. Jose, his brother, Yadier. with the Cardinals. Right. Jose right now with the Blue Jays.
1-2.
From Puerto Rico, Benji Molina, 36 years old.
You know, you've over the years whined about it's everything for the hitter, everything for the hitter. In Texas, at least, it seems like they've gone about business differently with Nolan Ryan running the show. Everything is for the pitcher. The grass is thicker. The dirt in front of home plate is wet and mushy. And now they've got a defensive-oriented catcher who helps, the pitching staff, a largely young pitching staff. And the right fielder, Repko, comes in. Fox has got a 1-2-3 inning, his third in his first 5 innings. You're just saying that because that's a young picture of you.
Daryl and Deb Tweeter, welcome up to the booth. I know, Deb, you're here with a bunch of family members because you battled breast cancer and you're about ready to go back to work. Congratulations to you, and enjoy your inning here. And hopefully you'll get us a couple runs. Twins need a couple runs right here.
Jim Thome leading off the 5th. And he takes down and away ball 1. Thome struck out on 3 pitches leading off the 2nd. He'll lead off the 5th. And will be followed by Danny Valencia and Jason Repko. Outside 2-0. Holland has not thrown many pitches that weren't strikes. 48 pitches, 36 strikes. My Minnesota high school math says that is 3 strikes for every ball.
I'm from California. I got to believe you.
Laced to left. Murphy comes in to make the catch. Thome hit it hard, but the left fielder able to make the catch, 1 away. Grand Casino story of the game. Another pitcher's duel here on a cool Friday night.
Yeah, a couple doubles in the first inning. One by Span, and he ended up scoring on Joe Mauer's infield out. And Kadire followed with a double, but the Rangers came back with the tying run. And that scored on a sacrifice fly by Mitch Moreland.
Here's Danny Valencia. Hit a fly ball to right his first time up. And he pounds it foul. Valencia had a really good night going last night. 3 for 3 with a sacrifice fly, and then he was retired the last 2 times up. Still a pretty good night, 3 for 5, and the average up to 336 after being retired his first time up here tonight. Strike 2.
Came into this ball game hitting .438 here at Target Field.
And over the middle. And through the middle. Valencia has another hit. He comes with one out here in the fifth. Right over the mound and right over second base.
Darren Holland, the pitcher, put that left hand out there like he was going to try to stop this ball, and it looked like he just pulled it away at the last second. Balls like that sometimes that are hit right back at you, your first reaction is to try to stop it. We see Carl Pavano do that with his big old hands. And Valencia getting a pitch and hitting it right back up the middle, and watch Holland kind of reach back, and that ball got by him. You got to be careful there because that ball's hit pretty sharply. That'll bend those fingers back.
Here's Repko. He has struck out 7 of his last 9 at bats, including his first time up here tonight. And he takes a fastball at the knees at strike 1. Repko getting a chance to play. Jason Kubel is on the recovery trail. The Twins hope to gradually work him into shape and allow him hopefully to start again later on in this homestand, but he hasn't done much baseball wise. The wrist still sore. And so for the time being, and absent any other options, Jason Repko getting a chance to play right field.
Well, defensively, he's done a great job. It's offensively, Repko would like to contribute right here in this at-bat.
And he's just had a hard time making contact. Quickly it goes, 0-2. Dirt Molina with the block. Nowhere for Valencia to go.
Well, that's where you're talking about the Molinas. You know, they're very, very good at exactly doing this, Dick. Just watch that. I mean, big old body Molina just kind of just gets in front of that ball and knocks it down.
One and two.
Boy, and that's nice to have, too. And we see Joe Mauer doing it. We see Butera able to do it. When you're a pitcher out there, you're heading to Cal. You're not afraid to throw the ball in the dirt.
Valencia with a steal at second base. He got a good break and steals a base to get into scoring position. The pitch taken inside for a ball. And Valencia swipes second.
That's a good jump right there off of Holland. Watch Valencia right there take off, and that's his second stolen base in 2 attempts. So he does get into scoring position now with 1 out.
So Repko now with a 2-2 count. And his 8th strikeout in his last 10 at bats, 2 away.
Yeah, good curveball right there. Repko just swinging through it. And Holland picking up his 5th strikeout.
Coming up tomorrow on Fox Saturday Baseball, it'll be the Rangers and the Twins, with the AL Central leaders taking on the leaders from the American League West. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Gillette returns this week at 3 o'clock Central. And fans should be comforted in knowing that the Twins leading the division and hoping to get another postseason berth. Every game from here on out will be televised. There won't be any dates where the Twins are playing and you won't be able to see the game on television. Now the outlet might change as it is tomorrow, but if you just move up and down the dial a little bit, you'll be able to follow the Twins all the way through to the end of the regular season. 1 strike to J.J. Hardy. Hit a bouncer to third his first time up. That's to left center field, hanging in the air. Murphy with a late jump on the ball is able to recover and make the catch. Valencia stranded at second. It's 1 apiece after 5. And we'll be joined by Mudcat Grant when we come back.
Tonight for the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle, we are high above Target Field in Section 303 with Jerry and Lila Meyer from Cold Spring, Minnesota. They wish they were in Fort Myers, Florida, where it's 85 degrees. But Jerry, you were telling me you're lifelong Twins fans. You've been going down to spring training every year to see the Twins.
Every year since they moved to Fort Myers, yeah.
Any Bert Blyleven sightings while you've been down there?
Oh, sure. We see them down there all the time. Yep.
Well, Bert sees you now. He's giving you a circle, and we're giving you $100 worth of scratch-off tickets for the Minnesota Lottery.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And we know you've been dealing with some health problems. Hopefully we were able to lift your spirits a bit tonight.
Very much so.
Dick and Bert, a big circle, lottery tickets, and a happy family up here in 303.
Yeah, Marty, thank you very much for not asking him where he saw me.
On the street corner with a tin cup or 1-1 to Julio Bourbon. It'll be followed by Elvis Andrus and then Michael Young. Here's a fly to left. Playable for Delman Young. 1 away. Very happy to see in Minnesota this weekend Jim Mudcat Grant. And Mudcat, of course, played for a lot of different teams, but you were associated with the Twins because of the 65 World Series, and I would imagine that had to be the pinnacle of what was a very good Major League career.
It was the pinnacle, and so many things happened in that short period. I was here with the Twins about 4 years. Of course, that will put me in baseball history forever because that was the first year the first African-American pitcher won 20 games.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, you authored a book, the Black Aces, I believe it was called?
Yes, it's called the Black Aces.
Right.
And there's only 13 African-Americans that ever win 20 or more games.
And C.C. Sabathia right now with 19 wins for the Yankees.
Yeah, we're looking for him. I want to put that chapter in the book. That boosts the sales a little bit.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your experience with the Twins and what made that 1965 season so magical.
You know, it sort of happened in spring training. The Twins already had a good ball club, and they just needed a couple of pitchers. And the year before...
That gets through the left side of the infield, and Andrus aboard with a one-out single.
I was traded over here in June of 64, and we really made a run in 64, but we were a little short the last month of the season. But we get to spring training, and we thought that we had a complete ball club. Of course, we had some terrific hitters at that time. The pitching staff came around.
You had Tony Oliva, who won the batting title and the Rookie of the Year award the year before, won the batting title again in 65. What people tend to forget, I think, Mudcat, is you guys lost Harmon Killebrew for a big chunk of that 65 season.
Yes, we did. And when the first time we thought about that, we said, oh, wow, here we go. But then we had Don Mincher. We had Jimmy Hall. We had Bobby Allison. We had Caesar Urbatis, Caesar Tovar. Right. And we just kept going after that.
Zola Versailles?
Yeah, we had Zola Versailles. He was the most valuable player that year.
Right.
And we had, and we were pretty good defensively too. You know, it was a good defensive ball club. But we had a saying when we got off the bus, when we went on the road, oh, those soul kicking brothers are in town. And we just kicked everybody's butt out.
Right. How important, I think, Twins fans who were old enough to listen to the game on the radio, I don't think it was the game was on television, but it was a home game right before the All-Star break. Harmon hit the big, dramatic home run to send you guys into the All-Star break with a dramatic win over the team that had been the dynasty, the Yankees, for all those years. How important was that one game that year?
But that was very important because now we know that we could compare to that ball club over a period of a whole season.
Span chasing this long drive, and he will chase it down. Andrus has to retouch second, and he'll do that. And Denard Spans had to go back and over a few times with Fox on the mound, but he's made two nice plays.
Let me ask you, Bud, while Matt Fox is out there, this is his major league debut. You remember yours, and where was it, and when was it?
Well, it was in Cleveland, and Satchel Paige was in town at that time, and Larry Doby, of the first African-American in the American League, he was my teammate. And I started, we lose the first two games, and I started the third game against Kansas City, and I won that game with Satchel Paige and Larry Doby being there. I will never forget that. Yeah. And I pitched 9 innings, too, by the way.
Here's David Murphy with a runner at first. And 2 away.
No, I think Matt Fox has done a tremendous job here. Again, he's pitching on 3 days rest, and I know, back then you did it on a regular basis, but nowadays it's a 5 or 6 day rotation. You get that extra day sometimes in between starts. The Twins needed a starter here tonight, needed somebody to step up, and so far Matt Fox has been tremendous.
85 pitches, and the Twins operating under the assumption that he's nearing the end, have Alex Burnett, who was called up with him, warming up in the bullpen. Now, and a lot of guys, Mudcat, were, trying to emulate Harmon Killebrew's home run swing, Bob Allison swing. In my backyard, I was emulating you with the little toe tap you did on the rubber. I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen a pitcher do. How'd you come up with that?
Well, rhythm.
Well, that was something I didn't have. But
well, Bert will tell you that if you're going to be a pitcher in the big leagues, you got to have a little rhythm. You got to come up with something that's going to put you in a groove, and you're able to release the ball where you want to release the ball. And tapping my feet was like a little dance step that gave me rhythm.
Okay. I don't know that I've seen many, if any, pitchers do anything like that since, though.
Sometimes you do it with your glove. Sometimes you do it with your warm-up. You will see guys get their rhythm by using their gloves certain different kind of ways, or by using their body different kind of ways, but you do it all the time.
And all that little rhythm gets you to that balance point.
Exactly.
We talk balance.
Exactly.
Hitting, you have to be able to be balanced to make that good contact swing. Same thing as pitching.
Andrews steals second. Bauer with a high throw. I think he might have had a shot at him with an on-target throw, but Andrus with a 2-out steal at second.
Yeah, Andrus stealing his 29th base. He's been caught 14 times, but got a pretty good jump right there. And he does look in, but the throw high, and watch J.J. Hardy. Keeps the glove on the runner in case Andrus maybe overshoots the bag, but he stays on the bag.
2-1 to Murphy. Three and one, first base open, but Hamilton's on deck, and you don't want any more guys on base with Hamilton hitting than you have to.
He seems to have pretty good rhythm. I've been watching him. We've been sitting up there and watching him, but he seems to have pretty good rhythm today, tonight also.
Well, you imagine how nervous he is, too. This is his major league debut.
Big swing on a pitch up and in by Murphy, and it fills the count.
And he will never forget his first major league debut. And it's against a pretty good ball club, too. Now he's rubbing the ball up a little bit. He's thinking a little bit. And when we watch pitches, we are thinking of doing the days when we did that.
Yes. And you miss those days. So you get a chance to live through these young kids.
Line to left and down for a hit. Andrus around third. He's going to score. And the Rangers use a stolen base to get the go-ahead run here in the sixth.
Well, David Murphy, he had that great at-bat in the first inning, took Span all the way to the wall in center field, then he walked in the fourth, and then a ball left up right there. Good piece of hitting. Murphy taking that fastball the other way, picking up an RBI, his 49th of the year, and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead.
Doesn't look like Matt Fox is going to win his major league debut. He can't complete 6 innings, but he should get a very welcome reception from the Target Field crowd here of 40,000 under difficult circumstances. Matt Fox has given the Twins a wonderful start, and Ron Gardenhire, I'm sure, emphasizing that point with him. And a nice hand for Matt Fox coming off the mound after his major league debut. Twins pitcher to hit a home run in the postseason is sitting right between us.
I was going to say, we need some help. Mud, can you help us?
Oh, baby. I remember that home run.
Who was that against?
Howie Reed. How can I forget that? I played that game every night before I go to sleep. Yeah.
But it was what, a 3-run home run?
It was a 3-run
Who was
home
on base?
Frank Quillis, who was on base, that's for sure, because they walked him to get to me.
Okay.
And I knew that Howie was not going to throw me a fastball. He was going to throw me a curveball, and that's what I hit, a curveball.
Here's Josh Hamilton, and he takes inside from Alex Burnett, who was with the Twins for the first couple months, and then sent down, and now he's back with them.
Yeah, Alex Burnett making his third stint with the Twins, just getting recalled from Rochester, making his 36th Major League appearance in his rookie season.
Sliced foul, 1-1.
I was just talking to Rod Carew. You know, when you come to the major leagues, or even a major league pitcher, but certainly when you come to the major leagues, you know that hitters can be real comfortable in the batter's box. So it really don't give you a lot, you know, when you come in your first pitch and you can't throw inside, you can't throw real tight. So these guys are comfortable, and they know they're not, they don't have to worry about anything, so they sit on top of you.
Down the left field line and turning left into the seats, 1-2.
Now, Mudcat Grant, I always say that if you can make your pitches and these hitters haven't seen you, that I think the advantage goes to us as a pitcher over the hitter as long as you make good pitches. Everybody's going to hit a fastball down the harder plate.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. But if they are comfortable, I think they have the advantage. You know, if they don't know you and you're a little wild, they don't necessarily have the advantage.
And Burnett with an errant throw to first, and Murphy will go to second. So an error on Burnett. And another runner moves into scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, don't know if this ball slipped or not, but watch Burnett right here throwing that ball right into the runner, and Murphy just moves over to second base.
One good thing about the Twins is that I know in watching them on the satellite back out there in L.A., they come from behind pretty good through the season.
Well, it's a good ball club that Ron Gardenhire has put together, and Billy Smith and the organization. And that's usually, you have a winning year when you're able to come back. Those are championship seasons.
No swing. Hamilton's at bat still alive.
Tim Cheetah, the third base umpire, saying that Hamilton did not go.
And tight ball games are really exciting because you know something is going to happen.
2-2 to Hamilton.
It looked like Hamilton held up.
And another foul. Rangers with 4 hits, and they've scored in each inning where they've gotten a pair of hits, the second and now here in the 6th.
And he's facing a pretty good hitter.
Yes, he is.
What a story this is by George Hamilton.
2-2 to Hamilton. Burnett trying to get the Twins off the field here in the 6th. And a foul back to the net.
And that's another thing when you're facing a pretty good hitter and you throw a good pitch and he keeps fouling them off.
That's why they're good hitters.
Yeah, that's why they're good hitters.
Yeah, now, Mudcat, what are you doing with yourself now?
Well, I'm practically doing the same thing. I'm still singing. I'm still making appearances. I'm still going out with book appearances, and I do my own fundraisers. In fact, I just finished one yesterday in Binghamton, New York. I have 5 charities where I have a golf tournament there. And the Aces, 5 of the Black Aces was there. Fergus Jenkins was there. J.R. Richards was there by the Blue. Yeah, he
Dave
was
Stewart?
No, Dave wasn't there, but I was the 5th guy.
Oh, okay.
You know.
3-2 to Hamilton. 2 gone here in the Texas 6th. And he walked him, filling first base, and Cruz comes to the plate.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake right there in a 2-1 ball game, and Alex Burnett went to the breaking ball, and Hamilton Laying off of it.
Not such a bad idea.
You play the percentages sometimes, even though, this guy, Cruz, very good hitter.
Cruz singled his first time up, hit the ball hard, wrapping into a double play started by Valencia, sprawling to his left in the fourth. High fly to right field should do the trick. Repko ends the inning, but a couple of hits, a stolen base. The Rangers are in front, and our thanks to Jim Mudcat Grant for coming back to Minnesota.
Guys, it's always good to see you. I hope I see you in the playoffs.
Yes, Mud, thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Two to one Rangers. Welcome back to the Coors Light sixth inning and the Coors Light freeze can.
Well, Menards Span making a great catch to end the first inning, maybe robbing David Murphy of a home run. Nice concentration, a nice leap by Menards Span.
That's the Frost Brewed Coors Light freeze can. Special treat, I think, for Twins fans. I'm going to go listen to the telecast because we have Jim Cott joining us here. Jim, of course, broadcast Twins games for a number of years. Still doing some games for the MLB Network. But we also have Jim Perry here. And my goodness, we got all these wins.
There are a lot of wins in this booth.
These former teammates. So I'm just going to excuse myself and go in the back room and listen to the telecast. Jim Perry, it's more than a pleasure to hand you my headset.
I tell you what, Dick, I like the conditions up here a little better than we had in the Metrodome. And if you stood up, you banged your head on the ceiling,
and we can see fly balls.
Wow, this is just terrific.
No one good seat up here.
Great.
Well, this young man right here, Derek Holland, has been throwing the ball outstanding. As you see us up in the booth right here, beautiful view that the Twins gave us here. Ground ball to Kinsler for the first out here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Yeah, I think, Bert, you mentioned Holland with this Ranger ball club, and, I follow all of them to a degree. Twins and the Reds more than any, because those are my teams I really pull for. But these Rangers, for the first time that I can remember in a long time, have some surprisingly good pitching.
Would you do me a favor? Do us a favor. You handle play-by-play. Please do it for us. Okay.
Let's see if I remember how to do that. Is this Hudson?
This is Orlando Hudson.
Orlando
yes.
Hudson, yeah. And breaking ball low for a ball.
And I'll help you out. Orlando Hudson 0 for 2 so far. Ground ball to second and a strikeout in the third inning. Derek Holland with 5 strikeouts in the ball game and 5 in the third innings. He's thrown 64 pitches. 47 have been strikes. Now, Jim Perry over there, you could jump in at any time, too.
Anytime. I'm just watching.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the one thing I did when I came up, guys, and we talked about it before at 19. I had the opportunity to mentor. You two mentored me in my career.
Well, we're not taking credit for a lot of that stuff you do, you know.
Maybe on the field, but not off the field.
Oh, yeah.
Just missed inside.
Well, I think a lot of people, first of all, I know Dick said that, you know, you're working with some MLB network games. Jim Perry, what are you doing with yourself now?
Playing golf.
There you go.
Playing a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Now, you got to update us on Chris, because everybody here in Minnesota, you know about Chris and Chris Perry, your son, that, you know, was injured playing golf. And where's he at now, and how's he doing?
I really think he's going to be back, you know, this summer playing golf. He's been playing. In fact, I'm going to be up Friday to play golf with him in Ohio. So I just got to
he's
him on a little bit. Egg him on a little bit to get going. He's got to get out there. It's all mental right now.
He's on the verge of the Champions Tour, isn't he? Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Looked into short left center. That's going to drop for a hit for Hudson.
Chris he'll be 49 next month.
Okay, got another year to go.
But he's got 16 tournaments to play in, so I told him to get out there.
Right.
Got to get out there and start playing.
Well, quick inside swing right there. Ball not hit sharply, but you can see the effort right there by Barbone comes up a little bit short. And then, of course, the left fielder, David Murphy, there to back up the play. Twins get their fourth hit of the ball game. Hudson gets his first.
Brings up Maurer with Hudson at first, and one out. Good situation for Maurer against Holland with that great bat speed and the hole open between first and second.
Well, a lot of times we'll see Joe go the other way. That first inning picked up an RBI for the Twins, only RBI of the ball game so far, and then he struck out against Holland in the fourth on a good fastball middle in.
Yeah, and I noticed, I don't know if they have the new Quest Tech, but there's a pretty wide plate there today. I see that pitch, another one of them looked like borderline outside, which is nice to see for pitchers these days.
Yeah, Bob Davison behind the plate here tonight, umpiring.
Boy, this has got to be a treat for you and Dick, Bert, to watch this guy play all year. I mean, you follow him from afar and you appreciate how good he is, but what a treat to see what Joe Maurer has done for this franchise.
And a left-handed pitcher, he doesn't make any difference. He hits him just as good as he does right-handed.
Yeah, he really does. He waits. He lets that ball, in my opinion, get deep into the plate, and that's what he did right there.
Hudson heading for third, throws high, and Maurer alertly goes to second. Good base running, second and third for the Twins with one out.
That's almost considered a pull for Joe Maurer. I mean, he rarely hits the ball toward right field. Right there, what I'm talking about, Jim, is look how deep that ball is, and able to just, those quick hands just make good contact. And he's one of those hitters always seems to get the barrel of the bat on the ball.
Well, in the pregame ceremonies, of course, Paul Molitor was introduced as one of the 50 greatest Twins, and Molly was the same way. Boy, that ball looked like it was almost behind him, and with that short stride, get the barrel on it.
You've seen a lot of guys that take that ball right out of the mitt. Out of the mitt. The last second. Good.
Well, Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, out to talk to his left-hander.
Boy, and he's done a great job with his staff, of course, from knowing his brother a little better than Mike, and Greg. A couple of good pitching minds right there to help out the Rangers.
Well, Nolan Ryan brought Mike Maddox in. He was his pitching coach down at Round Rock down in Texas. And Maddox doing a very good job with a very good pitching staff. Now here's Michael Kadire, a double in his first at-bat, then a fly ball to Barbone in the fourth inning. Twins down 2-1 here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Towards second, that'll get a run home. Kadire retired.
Boy, that's all you want to do right there in that situation. Yes, you'd like to get a base hit, but if they're going to give you a run, make sure if you make contact, get it by the pitcher.
Yeah, especially at home. You like to get that tying run. Didn't do any good last night for the Twins, but the percentages say it will.
Well, Kinsler making the play as Hudson scores the tying run. And on the play, Joe Mauer goes from second to third. Joe Kadire picking up his 69th RBI of the year. And here's Delman Young.
First pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. I think all of us would probably enjoy pitching here from what I followed. I mean, a lot of home runs last night, but I gather it's a little more difficult to hit it out of here than it was in the old net.
You know what, guys? We have seen the ball take off pretty good down the lines, but like David Murphy did in his first at-bat, or this ball right here.
Deep right center, Bourbon, and Murphy, the right fielder, pulls it in. So the Twins tie the game at 2, and Bert, it was good being with you.
No, you're going to stay.
I'm going to stay?
Day.
Wow.
You guys are staying.
You're going to overwork me, huh? All right, tied at 2. We head to the top of the 7th here at Target.
Welcome back to Target Field. And I think, again, you know, I want to thank you two. And here, see if you guys feel that right there.
Hey,
you guys are
nice.
here by circle.
Yeah. Now, when did you start doing that?
We started about 7 or 8 years ago in Kansas City. They gave me this telestrator, and we had a lot of fun with it. But I want to thank you two for mentoring me and really kind of setting the blocks in order for me to pitch as long as I did. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bert. It was, as I said, and as was that Kinsler leads off the Rangers' 7th with a base hit, tied at 2 here. And I remember when Calvin, sitting in his office, probably trying to avoid fighting a cut and pay, but he said, you know, I know you're Dutch, and we got this young Dutch kid, 19 years old, that might have a better curveball than Camilo Pascual. Of course, you mentioned mentoring. Camilo, the veteran when I came here, was a good influence on me with his temperament and the way he prepared himself. So I think every young pitcher has to have someone like that they can feel that they can model themselves after.
Now, Jim Perry, what about you? Who helped mentor you?
Mel Harder?
Mel Harder was great.
Yeah.
And Johnny Sane?
Yeah. John was here, of course, in 65.
John,
yeah,
very good. You know, you're throwing pitches in the bullpen, and they said, that's great, that's better than last pitch. And you know, it didn't break much. He was always getting you the
It's that positive thought.
Positive thought, that's what he was doing.
That's inside for a ball.
But one thing, Bert, I want to say, I want to congratulate you in January, because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I told him I already.
It should have happened earlier.
Yeah.
But it will happen in January.
Well, you had 215 save wins. You had 283, and I'll tell you what. If I do go in, your name's going to be mentioned, Mr. Cott, because I believe that
in vain
you should have been there before me, and And again, I've always admired you for your longevity and the determination, all the Gold Gloves that you won. Both these guys, you won the Cy Young. the game has been good to us.
Yes, it has.
And when you do, if you do make the Hall of Fame, yes, it's icing on the cake, but there's a lot of guys that should be there that are not there, and you're one of them.
I appreciate that.
We'll get back to the ball game here. Alex Burnett trying to get a ground ball right here. The ball gets away from Joe Mauer and going out of play into the camera well.
I don't know if that was a cross-up or it hit the plate, but it just bounced right up. And when a catcher runs out to the mound like this, it wonders.
Yeah.
He had his glove up like he was looking fastball. Wow, that had some dive to it.
I think it was a cross-up.
It'll be a wild pitch charged to Alex Burnett. But you see that sometimes from catchers. They try to backhand it rather than trying to get in front of that ball.
Boy, but that almost looked, it was so tough because it looked like Joe with the thumb down was looking fastball, and then he had to try to slap at it. So it looked like a bit of a cross-up. Now the lead run at second with nobody out here in top of the seventh.
Yeah, Mitch Moreland up, a sacrifice fly. And right here, just foul ball.
Well, Jim mentioned congratulating you ahead of time because it'll happen next January. We've already rented a home in Vermont for next summer, as my mother always used to preface that by saying, if we live and keep our health. And that's not too far from Cooperstown, so I'll be able to get there in a hurry.
I'm definitely
going. Nice if it happens.
I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah,
it'd be very nice.
Yes. Well, I've been to a lot of them. I got a lot of good buddies there. Mike Schmidt, Steve Carlton, Bruce Suter a couple years ago. Of course, Harmon. I was at Harmon's in 1984. Pulled to second base. Hudson will make the play, but that advances the lead run to third with one out here in the top of the seventh.
Well, a productive out right there. We saw in the first inning Hudson do the same thing, advance a runner from second to third. Car Soup email question. You can submit a question or comment to us online at carsoup.com/baseball. Today's question comes from Anthony Dougal from St. Cloud. How do you grip a sinker? And does it differ from a two-seam fastball? Guys, you're going to help me here. Here's a baseball.
Well, I kind of think they're one and the same.
The
Twins incidentally going to pull the infield in here to try to prevent the lead run from. I just thought the two-seamer, and usually when you throw a two-seamer, it's not going to go straight. It's going to have a little, in my case, sinking rotation that way, and your right-handers the other way. The four-seamer would be more of a true spin. So a two-seamer and a sinker to me are relatively the same depending on your arm angle. Pitch outside, and it's 2-0.
How about you, Jim?
If you're three-quarters, I was a three-quarter pitcher, the overhand. I throw this and this come over like this, sinker. Just a little bit in my left hand.
Kind of wipe over
and this cut down. That's
Did you ever do any finger pressure? Maybe a little bit more on one finger than the other?
This finger, if I want to do that. This is a guide finger.
Yeah, see, Benjamin Molina up at bat.
3-0 count. They've got first base open.
Molina may get the green light right here, but it's up and in for ball four.
That almost looked like they didn't want to pitch to him. He's been a pretty good RBI guy.
Talking about the sinker, if you throw the ball like this, you've got four seams working with you in the wind. They go down instead of this way.
Well, you know what? I was fortunate. I see Al Worthington was here.
Yeah.
Marv Grissom was my first pitching coach. And then I had also Don McMahon. And, I was always, when I came up, everything was pretty straight. Four-seam fastball. And then it was Marv Grissom that got me to move the ball around. And it was Don McMahon that told me, put a little more pressure on this finger right here. And then when you let it go out front, just kind of turn it a little bit.
Right.
And that would create that spin, that type of spin that you want, that downward spin.
That's interesting you say Marv Grissom because, the Twins put me on waivers and the White Sox bought me in 73. But in 72, I was off to a terrific start till as Dave Gold said, that was his good break, my bad break. I slid in and broke my wrist. But Marv taught me a screwball. So in 72, all I threw was fastball, screwball, curve. When I broke my wrist, I lost my screwball. When I came back in 73, and I wasn't pitching very well, and I kept telling Buck Rogers, they got me on waivers, but if I find a little touch and feel back, I'm going to be fine. And, I went to the White Sox, and everything worked out great. I wish I could have stayed here my whole career, but it was Marv that taught me that screwball. 1st and 3rd now, with 1 out for the Rangers. Twins middle of the infield double play depth. Squeeze on, and it's going to be successful. They'll get the out at first, and Kinsler scores the lead run. So well executed by the Rangers.
Yeah, perfectly executed right there. Barbone just laying down the ball. Valencia coming in. He's already in on the grass, but perfectly placed. And the timing, outstanding. You can see Kinsler scoring the go-ahead run right now, making it a 3-2 Ranger lead.
Boy, is that unusual to see in the American League, and particularly with the Rangers scoring a run on a squeeze play.
You got that pitch. A pitcher's got to throw the ball up in here so he can't punt it. Up high and in. You see it coming.
Molina to second now at 2 out.
There you go.
First, Kadire will gobble that up, so the Rangers take the lead, 3-2. Hey, enjoyed it, Bert and Jim.
Guys, thank you very much, and stay tuned for the 7th inning stretch brought to you by Medica.
Bottom of the inning to tie it up. They'll try to do it again here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, you know, having Jim Perry and Jim Cott here, I thought for sure 3 pitchers up here, we put a 0 on the board.
None. There are no zeros.
But the squeeze play by the Texas Rangers puts them ahead 3-2.
Well, Jim Thome will lead off the 7th for the Twins against Derek Holland. Thome struck out against Holland leading off the 2nd and then leading off the 5th. He tattooed one, hit a line drive to David Murphy for an out. 1-0. And a soft line drive. Kinsler picks it off the grass, 1 away. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Danny Valencia. Derek Holland has pitched awfully well here. The Rangers looking for some stability out of their 5th spot in the rotation, and boy, don't ask the Twins. They thought Rich Harden was pitching pretty good, but they took him out of the rotation.
Well, they really like this young 23-year-old. He made 21 starts last year. They really didn't go the way that he was hoping. He was 8-13 in 21 starts and 33 appearances overall. Very high ERA, but they like this young man's stuff, and he's shown some pretty good stuff here tonight.
Up and away, 1-1 to Valencia.
Pitch count very good, 77 pitches for Derek Holland. Here with 1 out in the 7th inning.
That'll reach the seats. It's 1-2. Twins haven't hit a home run in the homestand yet. In fact, there have been 5 home runs hit in this homestand, and they all came from Detroit yesterday.
Yep.
Here's the Quest high-speed pitch brought to you by Quest high-speed internet.
Yeah, Holland at 94, and Matt Fox, who worked the first 5 2/3 innings, clocked as high as 92.
Inside 2-2, excuse me. Tigers are tied with the Royals in the 9th inning, 5 apiece in Kansas City. Mentioned the White Sox were postponed. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow at Fenway Park. One of those split doubleheaders that only the Red Sox used to be able to do. They'll play in the afternoon and then again in the evening, of course, weather permitting. Toward the hole. Valencia is just a hit machine. He hits it hard. It falls for a hit. He hits a 4-hopper. It finds a hole. He's got 2 hits again tonight. And that'll bring up Repko.
Well, you watch, look at the plate right there. I mean, that ball's outer half of the plate, still pulling this ball into the hole in the left field. Another good at-bat for Danny Valencia.
Mike Maddox is going to come to the mound here with Repko coming to the plate. Now, Repko has had a terrible time making contact here. Alex Ogando and Matt Harrison warming up in the Texas bullpen. And again, the Twins don't have any options in terms of having somebody play the outfield. The option left to them, if not Repko, it would be Kadire moving off of first base to right field, but they don't want to do that with the assumption that the hope, not the assumption, the hope that Justin Morneau will be able to come back, but until that becomes evident, they have to leave Kadire at first.
Right. And he's done a great job at first.
Here's Repko, see if he can make contact. Morneau introduced in the pregame ceremony, sitting on the bench with his teammates. Jason Kubel, a day or two away from rejoining the lineup, 1-0. So a lot of Minnesota's left-handed pop neutralized with both Morneau and Kubel unable to play. It's 1-1. Average plummeting. And Repko trying to make contact here. Outfield playing him very deeply. Almost like this is the 9th inning. And he shoots one foul. This is almost like a no doubles defense, with the Rangers trying to protect a 1-run lead in the 9th instead of the 7th.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, especially Barbone in center playing as deep as he is. 3 straight fastballs to Repko. Now, what struck him out last time up was that good breaking ball down and in. And Valencia asking for the trainer to come out, kind of bending that right leg.
Oh, boy.
Dave Prumer, one of the 2 trainers here in Minnesota, along with Ron Gardenhire, out to talk to Danny Valencia. The way that he's kind of putting that foot on the bag, maybe a calf muscle maybe tightened up on him.
Well, the carnage continues here. Valencia has been an everyday, every inning third baseman.
Took off right there, and maybe hope it's not the hamstring.
Yeah, that's good.
Hope it's just a calf muscle tight.
Would have been my first thought, a hamstring.
Yeah.
The way he started accelerating and then pulled up.
Hamstring, usually you'll see guys bend over. You know, he had that foot on the bag to where he's kind of stretching out his calf, and hopefully that's just it. Hopefully, it'll be okay. Get some ice on it. Matt Tolbert pinch running here for Danny Valencia at first base.
And Repko takes low. It's 2-2 now with the substitution due to injury. The Twins do pick up a lot of speed. Tolbert much more fleet of foot than Valencia. That'll only matter if Repko and or Hardy can put the ball in play here. Two and two to Repko. Twins down a run here, home half of the seventh. Twins facing Holland, having a tough time with him. They won't face Cliff Lee in the series. And we'll see another left-hander in C.J. Wilson on Sunday. 3-2 now, with Hardy on deck.
Oh, Repko looking down at Scotty Alger as Jerry White helping Tolbert out read the signs. Do they send him right here?
Repko, obviously, right now at least, very strikeout prone.
Right.
Tolbert goes, and the pitch grounded foul out of third. So Repko makes contact. And Tolbert, although he hesitated a long time. He didn't get a clean break from first base.
No, he did not, because of the high leg kick right there of Holland. It kind of froze him for a split second. You want to make sure that, the pitcher throws home. I threw him a 3-2 breaking ball. Let's see if he does what he throws Repko here.
And Tolbert back. And ball four. Holland walks Repko. Tolbert was taking off. He'll stop at second, and the time runs in scoring position.
First walk of the ball game for Derek Holland. So puts a couple runners on here with one out. Here comes manager Ron Washington.
So Holland takes the game into the seventh. Retires Tomey, gives up a base hit to Valencia, now a walk to the number 8 hitter, and he'll come out of the ball game with the tying run at second, go ahead run at first. And Holland with an outstanding ball game for the Rangers tonight. Mutual.
Well, the Twins put a run on the board in the first inning thanks to Menards fans double, and then Joe Mauer's infield RBI out, but he got an RBI in that. Denier a double. He picked up an RBI. Valencia had to lead the ball game, and we'll try to find out why. He was 2 for 3. Alexia Orgando coming in. We saw him in Texas, Dick, and this guy can flat out throw that baseball. Got called up in June, making his 31st appearance. 1.44 earned run average, 32 strikeouts in 31 1/3 innings pitched.
He faced J.J. Hardy, who faced him twice in Texas a week and a half ago, and Ogando struck him out twice.
Now, what the Twins saw from Ogando was a fastball in the upper 90s and then the hard slider.
Well, the Twins looking for a hit to the outfield that might tie the game. Now the outfield shortened up a little bit with the tying run at second. Only 96.
Only 96.
Pretty good speed at second and Tolbert. The Twins will try to get him around here to get this game tied up in the seventh. Foul back, 2 strikes.
Argando, 26 years old, from the Dominican Republic, started this year at AA, then moved up to AAA, and now in the big leagues.
Trying to pitch out of a jam here and keep the Rangers in front in the 7th inning. And Hardy gets a pitch up and fouls it back. Had a tough time getting into this country with a visa fraud scam that he was involved with, but now that he's here, had quite an impact on the Rangers. Liner to left, a base hit. Tolbert being waved around third. He's going to score, and Hardy ties it up with a single.
Well, he was throwing that fastball between 94 and 96, and then he came in with a breaking ball, and that right there, to me, you're doing the hitter a favor. And Hardy able to get the barrel of the bat out and line it in the left field. That ball just kind of spun right there. So Hardy picking up an RBI. The game is tied at 3 apiece. And manager Ron Washington on his way out again to make another pitching change.
So the first move didn't work. Holland kind of compounded matters by walking Jason Repko. And then Hardy with a hit. Now Span will hit. And we are tied with the Twins threatening to take the lead. Greg Gagne will head into the Twins Hall of Fame. The first 5,000 fans will get a commemorative Hall of Fame pin presented by the Twins Hall of Fame sponsor Fisher Nuts. If you have tickets, get to the park early. It's a 3:10 start. And if you'd like to check on ticket availability, call 800-33-TWINS.
Gary Gaetti.
It was my pleasure to write Gary Gaetti's essay. And if you'd like to get all the essays and watch them all, go to foxsportsnorth.com. That was, I think, one of the really neat things. I was going to say charming, but I don't know that there's anything charming about baseball. But one of the neat things was the variety of people who wrote and read all the different essays rather than having one person do it. We got so many people from so many different walks of life. Politicians, media people, writers, essayists. Garrison Keillor.
Yeah. Just saw Jeff Reardon and his wife Phoebe talking to Jim Rantz.
Here's Span, base hit right field. Repko around third. Here comes the throw from Cruz. Cut off. Throw to second, not in time, and the Twins have the lead. Hardy with the game-tying single, and Span backs it up on the first pitch from Matt Harrison.
And Ron Washington has made 2 moves, and both of them have backfired. Argando giving up that breaking ball to J.J. Hardy for the RBI base hit. Matt Harrison coming in. First ball hitting Denard Span, jumping on the fastball, finding that hole. Repko scoring from second base. J.J. Hardy scooting over to third. And then Span going the back door to second base.
Span jumping on the first pitch he saw from Harrison, a fastball, and he grounds a big base hit to right. And the Twins have a 4-3 lead. And Hudson, the switch hitter, coming up, and he'll have a chance to pile on here with the infield being drawn in.
Yeah, the news coming from the clubhouse for Danny Valencia, tight right hamstring, and it's they just took him out for precautionary measures. And he is what? Called?
Day-to-day, perhaps?
Day-to-day, yes. Well, big hit right there by Denard Span. Twins take a 4-3 lead.
Valencia's single started this rally here in the 7th. Here's Hudson. And strike one. Valencia's single. Repko walk. Hardy and Span single. And Hudson, who singled and scored his last time up, has a chance to give the Twins a bigger lead here if he can get a hit.
And get it through the drawn-in infield right here.
Pop up right side. And Moreland with the catch, and now with first base open, even with a left-hander on the mound. We'll see how aggressively they go after Mauer. Mauer drove in a run with a ground ball in the first, singled up the middle for a key hit in the 6th.
Benji Molina, the catcher, looking in the dugout.
This is where the protection of a hitter, and whether it's Morneau protecting Mauer, Kubel protecting Morneau, the Twins have lost a lot of that. Michael Cuddyer, right-handed hitter, hitting behind Mauer, and we'll see whether the Rangers go after Mauer or not. Nice block by Molina, and the first pitch very low.
I remember when C.J. Wilson started against the Twins in Arlington, and how many blocks that Molina did just like that.
And Mauer, of course, smart enough. He's had it happen to him before. He realizes he might not get much to hit here. 2-0.
Well, Mauer's such a good eye at the plate, too.
One for 4 against Harrison. The one being a home run. And now high. He's missed low. He's missed to the left, and he's missed high.
Let's see if they go ahead and walk him.
Robert talking with Orlando Hudson about the second out of the inning. Now down the middle, 3-1. 3-1 to Mauer. And there's ball 4, and another nice block by Molina. They're loaded up now for Michael Cuddyer. And for the Coors Light cold hard blast, it was Denard Span's go-ahead single earlier this inning.
We just saw it off of jumping on Matt Harrison's first pitch. Denard Span finding that hole between first and second into right field. Repko scoring the go-ahead run right now. And Span on the relay throw home scoots over the second base.
The top and bottom of this 7th inning have taken forever. The Rangers are about to make another pitching change. They're going to bring in Darren O'Day to pitch to Michael Cuddyer. And with the bases loaded, O'Day will try to get Cuddyer and keep this a 1-run game. Darren O'Day has been outstanding for the Rangers this year.
Lowest ERA of any bullpen the Texas Rangers have at 3.28, and the Twins are right behind him at 3.29. O'Day has done a great job out of that bullpen. 1.53 earned run average, making his 63rd relief appearance. A guy that comes submarine type of delivery. Good sinking fastball, sweeping slider, and occasional changeup.
He was asked to get Cuddyer 3 times a week and a half ago in Arlington, Texas, and he got Cuddyer all 3 times. Well, now, Cuddyer's in his home ballpark, and he's got 40,000 people, most of them standing, hoping for a big hit here in the 7th. Across the plate and hooked the breaking ball down the line.
Most hitters sit on that fastball, then you adjust to the breaking ball. He hung that breaking ball, and Cuddyer got out in front just a little bit too quick.
Oh, 2.
Breaking ball at 78 miles an hour. It's like a frisbee.
Bases full of Twins. They've scored twice here in the 7th to retake the lead. Foul back.
They came up a little bit, almost 3/4 with that delivery.
As great a hitter as Kirby Puckett was, he hated Mark Eichhorn. He could not hit Mark Eichhorn, who was primarily with the Toronto Blue Jays, a sidewinder like O'Day, and Kirby could not hit him hard at all.
I played with Mark Eichhorn in Cleveland. after he left Toronto.
2 strikes to Kadire. High pop-up short center field. It's Kinsler, the second baseman. And he'll make the catch, and O'Day gets Kadire again. The Twins get a couple and lead by a run as we go to the 8th. Start your day off right with a sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal. Featuring golden hash browns and premium roast coffee. Buy Toyota. There are many reasons to buy a Toyota, and now's the perfect time to get yours during Toyota's national clearance event. And by the fast, reliable, secure heavy-duty internet from Quest. As we go to the 8th inning, the Twins playing the out game. They tried to play it last night. Didn't work out too well for them. They had a 4-run lead at this point of the game last night, and the Tigers came back and won it. John Roush coming out of the Twins pen tonight.
You know what the Twins have been able to do here tonight? Get 7 innings out of 2 guys that weren't here yesterday.
That's right.
Matt Fox, 5 2/3 innings. Alex Burnett, an inning and a third. Now, hopefully the last 2 innings will be handled by the guys that have been here. Matt Tolbert taking over at third base. He's guarding the line. And John Roush, who did work in last night's ball game, 1 shutout inning. He threw 21 pitches, 13 for strikes against the Detroit Tigers.
And you talked about how the Twins bullpen has been very good this year. Last night was one of those nights. Things obviously didn't work out very well. Roush comes up and in and gets a swinging strike 2. But all the Twins could have hoped from Matt Fox, with Randy Flores warming up now, all they could have hoped for from him and Burnett was to get to this point of the game, to get to the 8th inning with the lead. And you'll take your chances with Roush, Flores, Capps if he's available. Jesse Crane won't be used.
I'd be surprised if Matt Guerrero's even used.
Yeah.
You know, he's thrown a lot.
1-2 to Michael Young. It'll be Young, Murphy, and Hamilton here in the 8th. It's pasted to right field and an opening base hit. So Young with a single to right against John Roush, and just like that, the tying runs aboard.
Michael Young, such a good hitter. I mean, if you pitch him away right there, that inside-out swing, he's good for almost 200 hits every year. Just a solid player.
Here's Murphy. RBI single his last time up. Up and away, ball 1. Twins had a 1-run lead in the first inning, and then the Rangers tied it right away in the second. Neither team's done a good job of holding on to leads, although they've been one-run leads all along here tonight.
Yeah, Rangers took the 2-1 lead in the sixth. The Twins answered with one, and then the Rangers came back, and the Twins answered with two to take the one-run lead.
One and 0 to Murphy. There's a ground ball. They'll get one. Safe at first. But they got one. And they got the lead runner. And a close play at first. Murphy beat the relay.
And the ball was fielded cleanly. That's one thing that we saw last night. These little ground balls were trouble for everybody. Not only the Twins, but also the Tigers. And Murphy utilizing his speed, getting down that bag and staying out of the double play.
Ron Gardenhire coming out to get Roush, who has gotten one out from the two batters he was asked to get. And with left-handed slugger Josh Hamilton due up next, Twins will hand the ball to Randy Flores. Half ago. This is going to be fun. On the post-game show, the instructional, Gary Gaetti, Kent Herbeck are going to recreate one of the more famous plays in Twins history. Jeff Reardon, Rick Aguilera, two great closers. You won't want to miss that. As before the game, Ron Washington talking with his former teammates. Washington, like a lot of the Twins players on that 87 team, struggled through some lean years, but Wash not able to make the squad in 87.
Yeah, I mean, Wash, a lot of good years with the Minnesota Twins.
Randy Flores is coming in for the fifth time.
Yeah, and his fourth straight appearance for Randy Flores. He worked in yesterday's ballgame, got Brandon Inge, his first batter, and then the next batter he faced was Casper Wells, and he tied the game. Johnny Peralta in the eighth inning gave up a home run.
When the Twins got Flores and Matt Capps, they thought, well, there'll be some element of surprise. These American League hitters won't have seen much, if any, of these two relief pitchers. In this case, Flores and Hamilton squared off quite a bit when they were both in the National League. Hamilton has seen Flores 5 times before, and Flores gets ahead of him 0-1.
Well, Flores with a very good slider. And he's very good at holding on runners, and Murphy at first base. Good speed.
Outside, 1-1.
Flores in his 8th season at the major league level, came up with the Rangers back in 2002. Pitched in 20 games in relief.
Tapper foul. And as is the case with Flores in most of his relief appearances with the Twins, he'll be asked to get just one man. Hamilton, a very welcome sight for Twins fans. Matt Capps is warming up in the bullpen with Nelson Cruz due up next. Capps reporting some soreness after pitching in back-to-back games. Unavailable last night, not his choice. But Rick Anderson and Ron Gardenhire deciding last night they were going to give him the night off. 1-2 to Josh Hamilton. And Hamilton just sticks the bat out and gets a piece of it. One and two to the Texas Slugger. And he drives one to right field, down for a hit. Murphy's going to round second and go to third. And so Hamilton behind in the count. Hits it off the end of the bat, but drops a single into right. And the Rangers have the tying run at third with one away.
Such good plate coverage. Ron Gardenhire coming out, and it looks like Matt Capps will be asked to try to get out of this situation. But Hamilton picking up his second hit of the ball game.
So Ron Gardenhire coming out to get Flores, who gives up a single to Hamilton, and Matt Capps might be asked to get as many as 5 outs here. Pole. Now Josh Hamilton is coming out of the ball game now for the Rangers. Fox Sports North supports Light the Night, a 1 to 2 mile walk benefiting the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Sunday, September 26th here at Target Field. Join Team Marnie to walk on the field with Marnie Gellner or donate to her team. Visit foxsportsnorth.com and click on the events page to find out how. Well, my goodness, look who's shown up.
Former Twin Christian Guzman asked a pinch run right here for Josh Hamilton. And here's Matt Capps making his 16th appearance for the Twins. See if he can get a ground ball right here off the bat of Nelson Cruz.
Cruz 1 for 3. Bounced into a double play in the fourth.
That's what I'm looking at right there. That was the hard ground ball to Valencia. Valencia made a great turn of that double play.
Tolbert, of course, now the third baseman with Valencia out of the game. And pulled hard and foul. Cruz has never faced Capps. Tigers won in 13 innings last night. They're in the 11th inning in Kansas City tonight. Guessing Jose Valverde won't be available to them after he pitched 3 innings last night. 1 strike to Nelson Cruz. time granted by Bob Davidson just as Capps was ready to break from the stretch.
Well, we've talked about it before. Capps, a relief pitcher that when he comes to that set position will hold and hold and hold.
Guzman has spent most of his time since coming over to the Texas Rangers on the disabled list. But when he was with the Washington Nationals, just 4 steals and 6 tries. That's fouled at the plate. And now Capps is ahead of Cruz 0-2. So Guzman not the base stealer he once was.
Yeah, he's on a disabled list with a right quadriceps strain, so that might be slowing him down a little bit.
Capps with 13 strikeouts in 15 innings as a Twin. He'd like to get one here. Got him with a high fastball. 2 down. When in doubt, go to your strength.
I'll tell you what a great pitch, what a great strikeout right there. Going up with that fastball, just overpowering Cruz. And a big second out.
And now with Murphy the tying run at third, 2 away. Kinsler will hit. Kinsler with a single his last time up. Ooh. Davidson flinched. Mauer turns to over his right shoulder like he might have said something to Bob Davidson.
Yeah, this is the fastball. Good pitch, down and away.
1-0 to Kinsler. Ground ball left side. Tolbert has it. Force plays at second. Capps gets 2 big outs in the 8th.
Great job. Great job.
With us after the game for Quest Twins Live, including the Toyota postgame wrap, where we will celebrate 50 years of Twins baseball by including a nostalgic instructional where we'll recreate the final out of the '87 World Series. Gary Gaetti and Kent Herbeck will join us on the field. Also, we'll look at the Major League debut of Matt Fox. 24 hours ago, he didn't even know he'd be making the start tonight. And as always, reaction from manager Ron Gardenhire. A fun-filled post-game show coming up for you after the game, Dick and Bert.
Thank you very much, Marty. Delman Young to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Facing Darren O'Day. And O'Day misses outside and low, ball 1. Big swing and a miss. 1-1. Young, Thome, and Tolbert due to hit here. Another guy that used to throw this way, Todd Froworth, had that kind of frisbee breaking ball, a right-hander.
Yeah, I played with Kent DeColvey, but he was a little bit lower than that.
Right,
but
he was more like Quisenberry submarine type.
Right.
Little pop-up. That'll reach the seats. The Twins haven't had many side armors or guys with unusual deliveries. Terry Leach, I think, might be the most recent one.
Well, you can see how he drops that left shoulder, and then, of course, it's 6'4". He's got to come back up, but the ball's already released. He'll give you that angle like it's coming from shortstop.
Pat Neshek has a very peculiar delivery that came inside with a fastball, and Young strikes out, 1 away.
Reports are that Josh Hamilton left the ball game with lower back stiffness. You start looking for that frisbee like that, and then all of a sudden, then he goes inside with a fastball.
Jim Thome announced as the hitter, and then Ron Washington is going to make a pitching change to bring another lefty in to face him. So O'Day got Kadire and Young. Clay Rapata, I believe, is going to come in.
Here, happy 90th birthday to you. You are hereby circled.
We put her up on the scoreboard here. Twins fans know the tickets have been hard to come by during the first season here at Target Field. But good news, there is ticket availability for the upcoming Royals series. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The Twins will play the Royals Monday afternoon, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. There are limited tickets for the series. And you can log on to twinsbaseball.com or call 800-33-TWINS and get here. If you thought your chances of getting into this new ballpark in its first season were gone, you've got an opportunity, but you better take advantage of it.
Clay Rapata coming in, just getting called up from AAA. Rapata has some major league experience with the Cubs and the Tigers.
One strike to Thome. And Thome kind of does from the left side what O'Day does from the right side.
Right. Rapata working off that first base side. Submarine type of delivery.
2 strikes. To center. And Bourbon over to make the catch out number 2. Sounded like Thome broke his bat on that swing. 2 away, and that'll bring up Tolbert. Tolbert entering the game. Danny Valencia, we've been told, has a hamstring pull.
Precautionary. Yeah.
Out for precautionary reasons. Twins don't have an off day until Thursday. So they've got to play through the Texas series here tomorrow and Sunday afternoon, then 3 games with Kansas City before there's an off day on the schedule. And strike 1. Tolbert ended up scoring after entering the game as a pinch runner in the 7th inning. One and one. Yankees won today. It looks like they're going to the postseason. Rays won today. It looks like they're going to the postseason. And here we have a matchup between 2 teams hoping to get there as well. Foul back. If the season were to end today, the Twins would be in, the Rangers would be in, and the Twins would host a playoff series against the Rays. Or they would have a home field advantage, best of 5 with the Rays. And the Rangers would have to go to New York to open up a series. Foul, but my goodness, we've got more than 4 weeks left of the season.
Yes, we do.
But these head-to-head matchups are pretty important. It's the same dynamic that allowed the Twins to host game 163 last year rather than having to go to Detroit, the simple head-to-head competition. Soft liner, and Rapata makes the catch, and the Twins go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. It'll be the bottom third of the Texas Ranger lineup facing Matt Capps in the 9th. Toyota game reset. The Twins hoping to rebound after a really disappointing loss last night with a win tonight.
Yeah, Denard Span scored the first run of the ball game for the Twins in the first inning. Then that big RBI single in the 7th inning. Boy, the Twins were able to take a 4-3 lead. And for the 6th game in a row, this game is maybe coming down to 1 run.
Yeah. Mitch Moreland will hit against Matt Capps. And the first pitch rolled to Hudson. 1 away.
Remember that Saturday game in Seattle, the Twins won 1-0. Then they lost 2-1. The Detroit series, they won 4-3, 2-1. And then last night, that 4-hour and 47-minute, Twins lost 10-9.
Is that all it was?
That's all it was.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero, not in the starting lineup, so Ron Washington will use him off the bench here. He's 2 for 5 as a pinch hitter. Hitting for Molina. And catch. That's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball over the outside corner. Great comeback year for Guerrero, hitting just under 300 with power.
Yeah, 25 home runs. He's driven in 99 runs.
And he gets a base hit here. Got off the trademark and just dropped it into center field for a 1-out single. And that'll bring up Bourbon. Running for Guerrero is going to be Alex Cora.
Yeah, every time I see Guerrero, every hit he gets, he's somehow able to get the barrel of the bat on the ball. Just a great hitter. It was Bourbon who gave the Rangers a 3-2 lead in the 7th inning with a perfectly executed squeeze play. Alex Cora running for Guerrero at first base.
And a bouncer through the right side, a base hit. Cora's going to round second. On his way to third. Here's a strong throw from Repko. He's out of there. Repko with a great throw to Tolbert.
You know what? When you're having trouble offensively, do not take it out on the field with you. We saw him make that great catch in the Tigers series. Earlier, making a great catch in deep right center. And right here, a perfect throw. Tolbert applying the tag. And Alex Cora is tagged out. Another great defensive play by Jason Repko.
You guys have an instructional on how to do that.
Yep.
Tolbert, put the glove down and let the runner come to you.
Right.
Don't reach for the runner. Let the runner come to the bag.
Yep, Roy Smalley showed that exact instructional.
So 2 down, a runner at first, and a huge throw from the Twins right fielder. Here's Elvis Andrus. Fly ball to deep right field.
Who are there two?
Repko right there to end the game. Another 1-run game, and this one goes in the left-hand column.
I'll tell you what a great job by Matt Capps. Working out of the 8th inning. He needed some defensive help in the 9th. Repko gave him that with a great throw. Great ball game. Great win.
Twins celebrated before the game, and Robbie, they get a chance to celebrate after the game, too.
Indeed, we're going to celebrate 50 seasons of Twins baseball. Tonight, we honor all of them. We talk about Matt Fox's night on the mound, a great 1987 World Series instructional. We'll hear from Gardy, preview tomorrow's pitching matchup. You don't want to miss what's coming up. It's going to be special. Next.